So our purpose today is to give you an overview of the Aging Network services in Will County, as Val stated, that help older adults remain independent, engaged in their community. Next slide. So as you can see here on the slide, currently 1 in 5 residents in Illinois that are over the age of 60, according to the 2019 census, reside in our 8-county area. Will County has over 129,000 of these older adults, and almost 23,000 of them are currently living alone. These older adults are more diverse, as 28,000 of them identify as a racial or ethnic minority. Almost 7,000 of these older adults live at or below the annual federal poverty level of less than $13,000 a year. The most vulnerable that I just described to you should cause us all to ask, how did they navigate through the pandemic? Did they experience the social isolation that comes from sheltering in place and social distancing? Have they received their vaccine boosters yet? 35,000 of these older adults are over the age of 75. And what we are finding is this is the fastest growing population that we are serving. So not only are more people aging, but they are also living longer. And this longevity brings an increased demand for home and community-based services that provide financial, housing, health, and social supports, so older adults can continue to age in place and improve their well-being. Next slide. So who is this Aging Network? Well, the Older Americans Act created the foundation for a coordinated system of services and supports that assist older persons in leading independent, meaningful, and dignified lives in their homes and communities for as long as possible. The purpose of the Older Americans Act is to maximize the quality of life for older persons. It intends that area agencies on aging, like AgeGuide, be the leader to all aging issues on behalf of older persons living in their region. As you can see here on the slide, the state of Illinois is divided into 13 regions. Each has their own area agency on aging to oversee that development of that coordinated community-based system that results in a continuum of services to not only older adults, but their families, persons with disabilities, grandparents raising grandchildren, and family caregivers. In each of its counties, the area agencies on aging fund local agencies to provide these Older American Act services, such as information and assistance, home delivered meals, transportation, caregiver support, and many other services that you will hear about today. Next slide. During the pandemic, Older American Act services became that lifeline for many older adults and their families in the community. These supports were critical to helping older adults remain safe, healthy, and independent. We know that inadequate nutrition and social isolation can be both as lethal as the virus itself. So while keeping these people at home was meant to protect the health of those older adults, that lack of connection with other people, community resources, and supports posed a serious health risk, which I'm sure many of you kind of felt when you were sheltering at home as well. So to combat this, the Aging Network efficiently and effectively responded to a new reality by both modifying existing local service delivery and also expanding programs for these homebound older adults during this time. Our goal was to support the immediate and urgent needs of older adults so that they could remain in their homes. During the COVID-19 restrictions on public gatherings, many of these programs were being delivered virtually or by phone, and some are still being delivered that same way. But the good news is that it's working. More than 85% of people who use Older American Act funded services say that that assistance helped them remain independent in their homes and communities. So we hope that after today, you'll stay informed about the needs of older adults, their families, and persons with disabilities, so that Will County residents can connect to these essential services and supports they need to age strong. So now I'd like to turn it back over to Val.
Thank you, Marla. So now it is my pleasure to introduce our funded partners in Will County. And so you can get, so just to get a better understanding of who they are and what they do, our providers will introduce themselves and give a brief overview of services and programs. So please welcome Nazneen Sailawala from AIRA, the American Association of Retired Asians.
Hello, everybody. This is Nazneen Sailawala from American Association. Can you hear me? I'm sorry. Hello?
Yes, Nazneen, yes. We can hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay. So, hi, good morning, everybody. This is Nazneen Sailawala, and I'm from American Association of Retired Asians. I would like to give some overview regarding about our mission. Our mission is to serve older adults, primarily of South Asian backgrounds, by providing a range of culturally appropriate and linguistically sensitive services in the greater Chicagoland area. We concentrate in our services concentrate in many different languages, especially 5 languages. Our nutrition program, as well as transportation program with Age Guide, which is very, very popular and is being served by ARA, is being throughout the Will County, and it's been very, very popular. Thank you. Sorry.
Hi, everybody. My name is Danny Gritzenbach. I am the Aging Disability Resource Network Supervisor for Will County. We recently took over this program as of October 1st. So I just wanted to give you an overview on what we do. We are still trying to get things moving, get things started, but we are excited to be in Will County. Also, my manager, Mackenzie Tupper, is on board. So if she has anything, she will also have an input. So basically, in our department, we assist individuals who are over the age of 60 with information and assistance and outreach. We also help those who are 60 years of age and older with options counseling and our funding, but we could also help with those who are 18 to 59 with a disability with the options counseling and our funding as well. So for information and assistance, I like to call this the stepping stone. We provide individuals with current information on opportunities and services available. We are able to address any initial concerns or answer any questions the family, participant, caregiver, community sources, any questions or concerns anyone has, we are the go-to people. We connect individuals with local services and resources. For example, we could provide or connect to in-home services such as the community care program, home delivered meals, transportation, and then the caregiver support and resources for that as well. So we make the appropriate referrals based on the need of the call. For outreach, things have been obviously a little bit different due to the pandemic, but our outreach motive is basically a one-on-one contact initiated by us. We want to inform anybody who does not know of the services available to them. We want to provide that information to them. So examples of this are uninitiated home visits, visits to high rises, Anybody that is over the age of 60 or even 18 to 59 with a disability, we want to make sure that they know that these services are available to them. Options counseling. This is for somebody who needs a little more than information and assistance, but doesn't necessarily need so much case management. So this allows people to make informed decisions about long-term services and supports. We provide information, advice, and options available to the participant. We create a foundation to move forward on their own. Our funding, this is a program where we have that has lost continued health and safety without personal or community resources to secure needed assistance. These individuals may be frail with health, psychological, social, economic, and environmental issues that may result in losing their independence. So again, these are for 18 to 59 with disabilities. They must be receiving disability benefits or those who are 60 and older. Some examples that we have helped with people, some rental assistance, utility bills, eyeglasses, medications, food, clothing, and goods. We also have other programs in Will County. So if you are ever interested in learning more about these programs or want to make a referral or get guided to the appropriate department, please contact us and we will be sure that you get contacted with the appropriate person. Thank you.
Thank you, Danny. Now I would like to introduce you to CNN, Community Nutrition Network, and their Director of Operations, Spencer Harstead.
Hi, everybody. Like Val said, I'm Spencer Harstead, Director of Operations, been with the organization for about 5 years now. We took over the senior nutrition programs in Will County in April of 2020. Couldn't have been better timing if you think about what was going on then. So our mission here to provide meals and resources to older adults and persons with disabilities and assist them in leading active and healthy lifestyles. That really rings true with our two major programs that we provide. The main one being our Home Delivered Meal Program, or Meals on Wheels as you might know it. Currently serve about 750 clients in Will County, older adults in Will County, and they will receive, for the most part, they receive a daily hot meal Monday through Friday, along with a wellness check from our volunteer or paid drivers, just to check if they've had any changes in their health status, changes in their household status, or anything like that that needs to be reported to either emergency services or to their care coordinator or anyone that can help them out. And the other side of that would be our older adult cafes. So those are just an in-person place where they can come in and get a meal and do some socialization activities either before and or after that meal. So play cards, play bingo, you know, kind of nutrition classes, fitness classes, just different things like that. And really the only requirement for that one would be that they are 60 or over and they fill out the registration form. And the Meals on Wheels program requires a referral from a care coordinator. So that would either be through Will County Senior Services or from a managed care organization. And they just send that along to us and we can usually get them started in 1 or 2 business days.
Thank you, Spencer. Next, we have the Disability Resource Center in Joliet is represented today by one of their transition coordinators, Gerard Nichols.
Good morning, everyone. As you guys can see, I'm not Jared Nichols. I am actually Kendall Carmer-Shea Pullen. I'm subbing in for Jared today. He's not feeling well. So I am actually an independent living advocate at Disability Resource Center. And what Jared does, we'll talk about in a brief second. So a lot of our services are geared toward individuals with disabilities. We don't have an age range. We start at 0 all the way up until 100. We focus a lot on advocacy. We do a lot of counseling, a lot of information and referral, especially for seniors. So we do a lot of redirection back over to senior services in Will County. And then we also do a lot of independent living skills, as well as our transition program. Just recently, we've actually opened up a new unit to our office, which is an addition where individuals can come in and practice independent living skills there. So that's also open to seniors as well with disabilities. We have a full kitchen where they can practice, cooking, recipes, safety, food, sanitation. We also have a bedroom where they can practice making their beds or just daily independent living, right? And then our transition program focuses on, again, individuals, it can go up to seniors that are currently in nursing homes and have the ability to get out and still live independently on their own. Maybe that would be through use of a PA, a personal assistant. And then we also have a relationship and a grant through the Illinois Division of Rehabilitation Services to provide and run a personal assistant registry for them, where individuals can then hire a personal assistant, and they would then get paid through the state of Illinois. We also have what is our public transportation training. So we actually help individuals learn about their community, how to access public transportation, including, as you guys know, Will County is a little shaky, for great transportation needs, but we do have obviously our paratransit. So we do a lot of information with paratransit. We have a good relationship with PACE, where we also refer people directly over there to get routes or to actually sign up for any of those services. We also have a SHIP counselor. So we have also linked up with senior services because their volume was high at one point for individuals seeking Medicare enrollment. So we actually have a SHIP counselor there, as well as a housing counselor. So if individuals are suffering from homelessness, we actually do have a registry that we can help put them on, where they may be able to get pulled for some permanent housing. And then last but not least, we have an ITAC program, which is opened up to anybody as well that is experiencing any type of loss of hearing or issues with hearing. So we can provide them a free amplified phone through the ITAC program. So obviously this is our information down below. If you guys are interested, definitely feel free to give us a call. We have wonderful staff there that are always willing to help and go above and beyond. For our consumers, so again, if you guys have any questions or comments, concerns, definitely please feel free to give us a call. Thank you.
Thank you, Kendall. And next we have Jenny from Guardian Angels.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for the opportunity to speak about Guardian Angel Community Services. A little bit about Guardian Angel. We are the oldest social service agency in Will County. We were started by the Sisters of St. Francis of Mary Immaculate in 1897. So we've been around a long time, doing a lot of different social service programs for Will County. I am the Adult Protective Services Program Manager here at Guardian Angel Community Services. Adult Protective Services, a lot of people aren't quite sure what we do, so I'm glad the opportunity to explain it a little bit. We provide services to older adults and adults with disabilities, the adults with disabilities are 18 to 59, who may be at risk for abuse, neglect, financial exploitation, and also self-neglect. So we have investigators / caseworkers that do go into the community, into the alleged victim's home at the time, and do an investigation to see if these allegations that we receive from a hotline call are substantiated or not. We take 30 days to do our investigation. So we talk to the alleged victim, we talk to the alleged abuser, we talk to any collaterals that we might get during the investigation. And after the investigation is completed, the caseworker will decide if the abuse has been substantiated or the self-neglect has been substantiated. From there, we move to a casework portion of Adult Protective Services, and this is when we start making referrals to all the great agencies that are here today. So we make a lot of referrals to Will County Senior Services, Catholic Charities, specifically money management. A lot of our seniors need help with money management. Financial exploitation is one of our number one substantiated allegations. So the money management program has been very helpful for a lot of our seniors. We make a lot of referrals to Prairie State Legal Services because it's a lot of our seniors just can't navigate that legal system or can't afford to hire their own attorneys. So they've been a godsend to a lot of our seniors, getting orders of protection, helping evict abusers out of their homes. So from the casework perspective, it's a lot of referrals and just following up to make sure that the senior has been able to follow through with the referral agencies and still get the services they need. Also here at Guardian Angel, we have, which people don't think of maybe for seniors, but after our last demographics, we have our domestic violence program here called Groundwork. And 25% of the clients we served last year were 65 and older. So that was a statistic I was a little surprised by. So we're talking about people who have been living in domestic violence situations for decades and are finally coming and getting assistance to get out of those domestic violence situations. We also have a sexual assault service center here that surprisingly we've had significant amount of people 65 and older that are using our services for that as well. So two services that we might not think of as senior services, but definitely our seniors are reaching out to get assistance with domestic violence and sexual assault as well through Guardian Angel. The last big thing about adult protective services is that we are definitely a program of self-determination, which I think sometimes the people who don't work in senior services don't quite understand, and they don't understand why we can't push our seniors to do stuff or make them do things. But as we all know who work with senior services, people are adults, and we're not working with people that are children, so we can't make them do anything. But through referrals and education and advocacy, we are able to change a lot of situations and improve the quality of life of our seniors here in Will County. So thank you for the opportunity to discuss adult protective services and Guardian Angel.
Thank you, Jenny. And now please welcome Andrea DeTellis from Prairie State Legal Services.
Can you see me okay? Oh, can you hear me okay, Val?
I can hear you.
Okay.
There we go.
Are you okay? Are you able to see me?
Yeah,
oh,
you're good.
Okay, there we go. Great, thank you. So like Val said, my name is Andrea DeTellis, and I am the managing attorney with Prairie State Legal Services. We are a civil legal assistance provider, and we cover 36 counties. We cover Northern and Central Illinois. We don't cover Cook County. Legal Aid Chicago does that. And to the south of us, Land of Lincoln covers the rest of Illinois. In particular, for my office, we cover Will and Grundy counties. We have a lot of specialized grants, but in particular for today, we're going to talk about our grants that cover our 60 and above population. So for much of our office, we do have financial guidelines, but when it comes to our 60 and above population, we don't. Not to say that we don't take finances into account, but it's not like people are rolling in and they have $1 million. So we don't have financial guidelines when it comes to our 60 and above population. Our areas of law that we typically see with this population, as was just mentioned by Adult Protective Services, we look at family law. We do have sometimes people coming in for divorce, but a lot of times we see things in the order of protection realm centered around elder abuse, and it will be financial exploitation cases where we have family members that have been exploiting their elder relatives, and we see a lot of cases like that where we're going in and we're trying to get orders of protection. We've gotten our fair share of involuntary nursing home discharges. Sometimes those are actually related to financial abuse where people have been taking their money and they thought they were paying their nursing home bills and really they weren't. We handle landlord-tenant cases. Sometimes we're actually needing to help these elder adults get people out of their home that have moved in, whether it was relatives or whether it was someone that took advantage of them. And sometimes they are actually on the tenant side, and we're helping them with court-based rental assistance or helping them try and maintain a property that they've owned. We help them with public benefit cases, whether it's maintaining Social Security benefits, or it's obtaining Medicaid, or they were going to lose Medicare. Sometimes it's helping them with powers of attorney. So there's much in the area we help them with. Everything is civil that we help them with, because we don't do any criminal. And unlike in criminal, where you're entitled to receive an attorney, you don't have that same right in civil law. So that's where a civil legal assistance provider comes in, or what people traditionally have called legal aid. So we partner with several people that are part of AgeGuide. In particular, I wanted to talk about Adult Protective Services, who was actually just on. We get a lot of referrals from them, and we do a lot of referrals back to them, because sometimes we will get someone that's not a senior and they will tell us about someone that they know. It could be a relative, or it could be a neighbor that they feel might be being exploited. And while we are not investigators, we refer them to Adult Protective Services often to get the ball rolling into looking into the matter. And then sometimes that turns into maybe a referral back to us. And as long as we don't have a conflict and it's something that we need to look into, or a case that we need to get started, then that's a lot of times how this reciprocal relationship works. And when we have proper releases signed, there's a lot of back and forth with us and APS, finding out, okay, you went to the home, okay, what did you find out from there, and just further investigation. So it's a really good partnership that we have. Similarly, with the Ombudsman through Catholic Charities, we get a lot of our involuntary nursing home discharge cases from there as well, where we have people that are being discharged for, a lot of times, non-payment, or what the nursing home may be saying for non-compliance with rules. It could be because they were smoking or fraternizing with other people that they shouldn't have been fraternizing with. So we get a lot of those. Actually, I was just communicating with Darcy White of Catholic Charities this morning about a referral that came over. And the great thing about the Ombudsman is they will do, sometimes if we're not able to make it into the case right away, they will go in, they will get the continuance, or they will do a lot of the the back and forth and filling us in, because we may have a resident that can't give us some of the information that we need to know. And the Ombudsman is right there. They've been in the facility, so we have a lot of good working relationships with partners. So lastly, one of the things we are hiring, we've always have an elder rights attorney that is devoted to working with this population. And actually, if you know anyone that is looking for work, we are currently hiring in this position. We had a longtime attorney working in this position, and she moved to a position in Chicago. So I leave on that note. We are actually currently hiring for that position. So currently our attorneys that we have filling in other spots, we're all taking senior cases, but we like to have one attorney that is devoted just to working in this area. So thank you so much for having me today and allowing me to speak about this.
Thank you, Andrea. Ellen Ruzic is our next presenter. She is the CCU Director with Senior Services of Will County.
Hi, everyone. As Val said, my name is Ellen Ruzic. I am the Care Coordination Unit Director at Senior Services of Will County. Our mission here is that we aim to connect resources, information, services, and programs to those aged 60 and older to keep them safe, healthy, and independent. You guys have already heard our agency mentioned several times, because I would just like to add in, before I tell you all the things that we have to offer here, is that we work very closely with all the agencies you have heard from here so far today. So if you can't remember who does what, if you get a hold of one of these agencies, anybody on this list will get you to the right place, because our goal is that we want to ensure that older adults have what they need. We are going to advocate for the older adults in any way possible and get all the services connected. So I think the biggest point that is important to know is that the Care Coordination Unit is what we house here at Senior Services, and that's for all of Will County. Each county in Illinois has a Care Coordination Unit, so we are the one for Will County. And what a care coordination unit is that we have case managers who connect with the older adult to complete an assessment and assist them in discovering what kind of services they could potentially access or that they might need. The goal of the care coordination unit is to keep older adults in their own home as long as possible, as long as they are safe, healthy, and independent. If it gets to the point where it is no longer safe for an older adult to stay in their home, then of course we would assist in taking those next steps and figuring out, housing options or referring to places like, Catholic Charities to help with the options counseling, things like that. But that is the goal of the care coordination unit, is to keep a senior in their home as long as possible. So to do that, we offer several different things, which could be an in-home home care aide, and they can assist with things, light housekeeping, running errands, assisting with like reminders for medication, things around the home like laundry. The only thing that really the home care aides can't do is they're not like a home health nurse. So they can't do nurse type of things, but they can give reminders to take medications or, remind you to get to that doctor's appointment or whatever the case is. They just can't actually administer anything to you. But we do have automatic medication dispensers as well. So if somebody does have issues remembering to take medications and they're living alone, we can assist in getting something like that set up. We also have those emergency alert buttons, which are the necklace or the bracelet that somebody can wear. So if there is an emergency situation, somebody has a fall, they have that button that they can press to get emergency services over to them. We also offer assistance with getting connected with the adult day services, which is typically for somebody who is unable to stay home during the day alone. They live with a daughter or something along those lines. These are just the most typical cases that we see, but the daughter has to work, so they can go to the adult day service during the day where they offer activity, food, medications, things of that nature. And as you've heard other people mention, we connect with these other agencies like Catholic Charities for senior companion programs, money management programs. We can help assist finding funding if somebody's behind on bills, and kind of help them navigate situations like that. We also can assist people in getting a hold of durable medical equipment. A lot of times things that people need are going to be like grab bars in their shower, by their toilet, things of that nature. We can assist somebody in getting something like that they might need. Other things that we offer here is we have a program that is called Safe at Home. And what their goal is again, to make the older adults home safe. So we can assist getting connected with different sort of contractors. A lot of times people need, their front steps are not safe to go up and down. So we can assist in getting those fixed. They can put grab bars in, the ones that need to maybe be screwed into the wall. Things like that. So they do all sorts of different home modifications, basically, that would make the home safe. Again, the goal is to keep seniors in their home as long as possible. We also work closely with CNN, which you heard from already. We do the assessments for the home delivered meals to ensure that the older adult qualifies for them. And then we refer over to there, and they're the ones who get you the meals. We also offer here the caregiver services, which is just taking off more and more here in Will County. So a lot of times people end up in a situation where they have suddenly had to take over caring for a loved one. And that can range, it can be a loved one like a parent or an older adult. And we also come across caregivers who are raising, grandchildren or younger children. And so we have different services that we can offer support. We can offer respite care. It's kind of like a branch of care coordination unit, but it's specifically for caregivers. So the same kind of things that we can do in terms of helping those older adults with our care coordination unit, our caregiver services can also get you whatever resources and support you may need to do that. We offer things like a memory cafe, different educational series, things of that nature for our caregivers, because the burnout is real. It can be very, very stressful for a caregiver, and we want to do everything that we can to support them so that they can avoid getting that burnout or unintentionally, having a passive neglect situation, because typically it's not intentional. And then again, here we are connecting with all these other agencies here if we do come across situations like that. Val mentioned in the beginning, one of the things that he works on there at AgeGuide is like the senior health insurance program, benefits access. We offer those services here at Senior Services as well. So that's something that our information assistance department works on. Catholic Charities also is offering that service here in Will County as well. So it's just a combination of us right now, because as you saw in those first slides, there are a lot of older adults in Will County. So you get connected with one of us, we can help you figure out those discount. We can do bus passes, discount license plates, help you get your insurance figured out. And the last thing I just wanted to mention are kind of like more things that we're doing in our actual building. So we also offer activities for older adults who are potentially more active and who can get out of their house on their own, because we see a huge range of people, right? Just because you're considered an older adult and you're 60 and older doesn't mean that you need that in-home service where you need a home care aide in your house every day. You can get here, you can do activities. We have all sorts of different activities. Bingo, line dancing, Tai Chi, crocheting. So even if it's a range of, you could be super active or you're not necessarily that active, but you can still get out of your house and you want to come do something like, bingo or dominoes or cards, something like that. That's not necessarily super active, but we offer the whole range, super active to just a light activity. We also have been partnering with local pharmacy lately to offer different vaccines and health screenings. So COVID vaccinations, flu vaccinations, shingles, the whole range of it. We connect with them. We do different health screenings as well. And then every year we also do tax preparation with AARP. They come here and we can get you a tax appointment and they can assist with your tax preparation. So long story short, we are kind of can offer a huge range of services for you guys. Again, though, if you get connected with any of these people that you've heard from today, if we can't offer it, we'll get you to the right place. If they can't offer it, they'll get you to the right place or get us connected with you here. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Ellen. Wendy Garlich is the mobility manager for the Office of Will County and their WILLRIDE program. Wendy could not join us today, so actually I'll talk about this program. The WILLRIDE Dial-A-Ride program is a transportation service that provides transportation for senior citizens, residents with disabilities, and residents needing transportation to work. The service is provided through participating townships in Will County. The townships that currently participate in WILLRIDE are Crete, Frankfort, Moni, Peatone, Washington, and Will. There are other township Dial-A-Ride transportation services available to Will County residents through the townships that they reside in. WILLRIDE is a Dial-A-Ride transportation service that coordinates the collaborative efforts of Will County townships to provide transportation service to residents who do not have access to standard public transportation. Residents who travel within Will County are eligible to use the transportation service if the township that they reside in is a partner in the WILLRIDE transportation program. The eligibility requirements for the service are that a resident must be at least 60 years of age or have a disability or need transportation to work. Registration is done over the phone through the township that a resident resides within. At the time of registration, residents will be educated on how the service works, where to call for a ride, cost, etc. Services that are available through WILLRIDE include medical appointments, trips to and from work, grocery stores, local shopping centers, senior centers, nursing homes, restaurants, hair appointments, visiting a friend or relative, and any township or village-sponsored event. And some of the transportation services may vary by township. When preparing for a ride with WILLRIDE, please just be sure to pack an adequate supply of medicine, oxygen, insulin inhalers, etc., in case of any unexpected occurrences. Please be ready a few minutes early to allow time for any assistance a resident may need when boarding the bus. There is a limit of 2 bags per person that can be carried onto the bus when shopping. And all vehicles for the WILLRIDE transportation services are wheelchair accessible. And any questions or concerns about the transportation services should be directed to Wendy, the Will County Mobility Manager, by email or by phone, and you'll find her contact information here on the slide. And next, I'd like to introduce Mary Ann Batterman. She's a certified SHIP counselor from one of our SHIP sites in Will County.
Good morning. Thank you, Val. My name is Mary Ann Batterman, and I operate the Senior Assistance Center located at St. Paul the Apostle Catholic Church in Peatone. Peatone is located in far southern Will County. Our organization is staffed by all volunteers. We are a certified SHIP site with 4 SHIP counselors. SHIP, that's Senior Health Insurance Program. It's part of the Illinois Department on Aging. Across Illinois, there are currently 750 counselors, all volunteers. Counselors attend training and testing to acquire certification, and they must attend periodic scheduled conferences to ensure their knowledge of ongoing changes. The trainers are a network of experts who continue to provide ongoing support in our service to seniors. We provide our clients with handout material and system support. We provide education via counseling appointments. For example, a soon-to-be 65-year-old who is making the transition from employer group health insurance to Medicare. We cover all available options. We run programs showing details and pricing on Medigap, also known as supplement insurance, Medicare Advantage plans, and prescription drug plans. We do the enrollments online for Medicare Advantage and prescription drug plans. We also discuss Social Security options, for example, full retirement age, and how that impacts a person's ability who may want to continue working while collecting Social Security. We also review Will County real estate tax exemptions. Seniors age 65 are eligible for a very good exemption, and they also have a freeze, which is income eligible. We also screen clients for Medicaid, Senior Nutrition Assistance Program, Social Security Extra Help, Medicare Savings Program, patient assistance programs offered by drug manufacturers, and veterans benefits working with Medicare prescription drug plans for the best possible price. Open enrollment Medicare Part D is an annual event during October 15th through December 7th. Clients make appointments to review their prescription drug plan in an effort to maintain optimal lowest cost for the following year. And lastly, we report all our activity on an Illinois computer system. For more information on available SHIP services, log on to the Illinois Department on Aging website. We process applications for the Illinois license plate discount. which offers income-eligible seniors and disabled persons with a substantial savings on the annual renewal. We participate in Catholic Charities Parish Outreach Program. We partner with our local church ministers and the Helping Hands Food Pantry in an effort to identify people who may need Catholic charity services. I contact these clients, do an intake, which goes to Catholic Charities, with the result of a speedy response to assist. While we perform many services, those that we do not do, we can refer to places that do, such as all of the announcements you have heard during this program. We also refer free income tax preparation, legal aid, senior companion, housekeeping, home health care, hospice, LIHEAP, which is low income home energy assistance program, Meals on Wheels, Link Card, Medicaid, and Social Security. We speak at dinners sponsored by local banks, senior housing meetings, and senior fairs offered by local townships. With so many senior scams these days, we offer information to help, such as how to set up a freeze at the National Credit Bureau. We have provided senior services for some clients for many years and have developed a trust relationship. It's important that clients feel comfortable working with someone they know who cares. In closing, we provide a valuable and needed service. It's very rewarding personally and reminds us how blessed we are. Thank you.
Thank you, Marianne. And so lastly, I'll reintroduce myself and talk a little bit more about what I do here at AgeGuide. My name is Val, and I'm the Benefit Access Specialist here at AgeGuide and the liaison to Will County. My role here includes INA direct services, Medicare and Medicaid, counseling with the Senior Health Insurance Program, the Senior Medicare Patrol Program, and the Senior Employment Program. In Will County, we have a total of 4 SHIP sites, including Senior Services of Will County, the Disability Resource Center, the Senior Assistance Center, and Catholic Charities. And so through the Senior Medicare Patrol Program, we aim to educate Medicare beneficiaries on how to protect from, detect, and report Medicare fraud and abuse. We do this by attending senior fairs to spread the S&P message and by organizing outreach presentations. The Senior Employment Program is a community service and work-based job training program for adults 55 and up. The program provides training for low-income unemployed seniors. Participants in the program gain work experience in a variety of community service activities at nonprofit and public facilities, including schools, hospitals, daycare centers, and senior centers. Participants in the program are connected to a career coach in their area who would assist them with finding placement. AgeGuide also developed the AgeGuide Learning Center as an educational resource for professionals in the aging network, the business community, first responders, healthcare professionals, faith communities, and all older adults. The courses on the ALC are designed to ensure that no matter what topic you are learning about or what training you're taking, that the educational information will better equip you to support older adults and their loved ones on the aging journey. The ALC houses are a series of Medicare how-to videos that we recently produced, and they serve as a guide for Medicare beneficiaries on how to access the Medicare website and the information available to them on Medicare.gov. So feel free to share the AgeGuide Learning Center with the clients you serve. So I want to say thank you so much to our presenters today for sharing their information and knowledge. I think it takes more than a few providers to come together to make this county strong. It takes all of us working together. I'd like to take this moment to open the floor for other providers on this call. Feel free to put your name and company in the chat if you would like to take a moment to introduce yourself and the work that you do in the aging and disability industry in Will County. We can call your names in the order they appear in the chat box.
So Val, we have a couple of questions.
Sure.
So Lucinda, will you take a moment to please go through those, and you can go through them in order?
Absolutely. So the first question, while people type in the chat, the first question was, I believe, for Catholic Charities when they were presenting from Angela Skaggs. I hope I said that right. And she's asking what type of transportation is provided for seniors. So I know we went through the WILLRIDE presentation, but if anyone else has transportation, can you please speak up to answer that question?
We don't necessarily provide actual transportation. We refer out. So we would refer for those who are in Will County for the WILLRIDE. And then also if people are interested in the community care program, the homemakers are able to provide transportation, whether it's grocery shopping, to and from doctor's appointments, things like that. But basically it's either through the community care program or even senior companion. And then we would refer out to the WILLRIDE.
Thank you, Danielle.
This is Nazneen from American Association of Retired Asians. We also provide transportation throughout Will County, and we do have drivers. They're bilingual, so if anybody needs anybody who speaks a different language than English, please reach out to us, and we will try our best to provide them with transportation. Thank you.
Thank you, Nazneen. The other question that we have in the chat is to Prairie State Legal Services from Elizabeth Johnson, and she's wondering if you provide assistance with wills, with creating a will.
So we have pro bono attorneys that do some volunteer work for us, and we provide some assistance with wills if the individual has real property that they own, or if they have minor children. And that is for typically our 60 and above population.
Thank you, Andrea. That is all the questions in the chat, and there are no other introductions as well.
Val, you're on mute.
Thank you. So in closing, at Age Guide, we are your guide to aging services, and we do that through advocacy, planning, coordination, and partnerships. Partnerships are how we work together. Collaboration is how we help to meet those needs of those we serve. And at Age Guide, it's our mission to be a vital resource and advocate for people as we age by providing thoughtful guidance, supportive services, and meaningful connections. And we have lots of tools and resources to help you keep up with the latest on what we're doing and what's important to older adults and their caregivers. I want to encourage you to engage with us on social media. As soon as we end this presentation, if you're not already, follow Age Guide on Facebook and Twitter. There you'll find that we post lots of useful articles, resources, and notices about events in the area. We have 2 upcoming dates for our advocacy collaboratives on Monday the 28th, this coming Monday, and on March 7th. Leslie, would you please tell us a little bit more about it and how to register?
Sure. Thank you, Val. And thanks to everyone for hanging on for a few minutes and to allow me to speak a bit about the advocacy collaboratives. If you have never attended, the collaboratives are an opportunity to convene elected officials, aging network providers, local partners, and concerned citizens to participate in a virtual discussion about current issues facing Illinois older adults, caregivers, and families. As you can see here on the screen, we have we're hosting two of these events. One that will focus on our DuPage, Kane, Lake, and McHenry counties. And then the second one, which is March 7th, is focusing on our southern counties that we represent in our planning and service area. And those would be Grundy, Kankakee, Kendall, and Will counties. Now, the March 7th event has plenty of room. Well, they both do really, but I know this is your area. So I would encourage you to please join us. We, again, will be talking about issues that concern older adults and their families. And some of the items that we'll be discussing are our advocacy priorities, which include support of family caregivers, reforming long-term care, and support of essential services for older adults. And we would love to have everybody come to the table and offer their opinions and listen to our elected officials talk about how they're helping advance these causes. And again, to register for this event, you can go right to our Age Guide website. And I think we could put something in the chat before you leave today. If you have any questions, just call Age Guide and we'll get you connected so you can register. Please plan to do so, and we look forward to seeing you absolutely on March 7th. Thanks again.
Thank you, Leslie. And then just a few more things I wanted to highlight. We also have a monthly newsletter called the Aging Report that's filled with useful information. You can also sign up for that by going to our website, and you'll find it under news and events. So you can sign up and get that sent to your inbox. We also have a new podcast that was just recently launched. And it's available on most podcast services. So these are a great way for all of us to advocate for older adults and to stay in touch. This concludes our presentation for the day. We hope you found the information helpful, and we look forward to collaborating as we help our older adults age strong in Will County.